If we had stopped it, a little troublesome sometimes now. You know, just like just to let you know, this segment is normally for Mr. Sion Marshall's commentary. However, this morning he is not able to give us that. So we wish him a speedy recovery. And of course, we're going to use up this spot to lava lava. All right. Let me say good morning to all the folks on the road. Good morning to all the minibus drivers and conductors, especially. Let me get the names right there because if you call it wrong by name, everybody gonna get vexed. Let me shout out Elliston, who works in Calder. I'm not sure if your van has a name, but big up yourself one time. And shout out to the Judge Tong van called Extra. HL781. Big up yourself one time as well. Good morning to Chef. All the vans coming out of Mesopotamia. The vans are working in Glen and surrounding areas. Big up to Legend. The taxi drivers, the trailer drivers, and all the drivers and conductors from Clare Valley, Camden Park and Clare Valley. Good morning, big up yourself. Oh, and shout out to Chill Bill. That song we just played there was Palangala. Yeah, it's a local Afrobeat song. Big up yourself. He has a new song out that's called Fanta. I'll encourage you to like go on YouTube and take a listen and big up our local creatives. All right, big them up.
I also
Wonderful
think he
work.
has an episode for the gosh, what's the name of that show?
Yeah, yeah, that.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
I
the
remember.
first
I
one, right?
remember.
Something
He's the
room,
second one.
something room.
I can't remember the
Karen
name of the
was
show.
the first one. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think Kyron West was the first one. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, everyone, remember to keep it interactive. The number to call 457-9997. Also the number to WhatsApp.
Same number.
Yeah, same number. And we're live on Facebook and YouTube. Oh yeah, that's what I fighting me. What? Okay, there we go.
Now, before we jump back in, you said men's mental health, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the problems is the way that boys are socialized. So society thinks that boys should be eating dirt, rolling in gutters, and pitching marbles, and the girls are the ones who's supposed to be not nurtured. Oh Lord, who's supposed to be nurtured and you're supposed to validate their feelings from an early age. So you'll ask them, what's wrong? How are you doing? And, have these kind of very soft and intimate conversations with them from a very early age. But the boys, what, me cat, stop crying, watch them out. And then they grew up with that mindset. It's very hard to tell a 40-year-old or 50-year-old that it's okay for them to talk to somebody when their entire life they've been living holding things in and feeling less than a person because of how society responds to him when he has a problem. When you walk the streets of Kingstown, and it's very sad to see homeless people on the street, drug addicts. It's very sad to see mentally ill folks on the street. Majority of them, safe and except for two. Okay, so of the total, only two of them, two females, and the rest are men, strictly men, and boys too. Let me say that in there. Boys. There's some teenagers who are on the street, mentally ill or drug addicts, teenagers, and it's really sad. And we need to continue working. Adults, male, adults, female, also need to play a pivotal role in trying to influence a change in that mindset. Media professionals have a responsibility too, right? Because there's some people who have influence and think that men don't deserve to have their mental health taken care of. Very sad.
But if you really pay attention, and a lot of men, they do tell us that they are not okay, or they have experienced stuff that cause them to not be okay. I'm trying to remember what exactly Kobayashi, for example, had posted on Facebook. when Miss SVG was crowned.
Hmm.
But there was something within the lines of him being teased, him being overlooked because of his skin color and all of that. And I don't have it in front of me now, but I remember him speaking about how it made him feel, but he didn't really go in depth. And I'm pretty sure if you really and truly was to sit down and ask a lot of these men how they're feeling, how has life been treating them, where their mental health is at, they will break down in front of you. I am 100% convinced.
You know, some men are afraid to cry in front of other people.
Of course, because of what you said.
You can cry on my shoulder right here.
Keep your shoulder.
You see the problem? You see the problem?
Listen, but you know, I have to say this also, right? In the past, I was blessed to have a very nurturing partner. Because I remember one time, I don't know if you know, I used to do events. And one time, boy, one of my events and flop.
What?
Heartache for this.
For
It
this?
flop. Listen, I went home the night it flop and cry. And my girlfriend at the time, she didn't say nothing. She just came in and just gave me a hug.
What event was that, if you don't mind telling me?
So I used to do an event called Soca Perero Soiree.
Boy, I never hear about that.
No, in St. Vincent, Taiwan. In Taiwan.
Oh.
I haven't done events in St. Vincent. But yeah, in Taiwan. Good morning, Nikki. Good morning, Doug.
Nikki or Nikki? Nikki?
No, not that Nikki.
Oh.
Not that Nikki. This is Nikki Caramel Betty. Caramel Betty. That's a real nice name. Caramel Betty. But yeah, something else I was going to say now. You distract me.
I feel like that's not
You
how
see
it's pronounced.
devil.
I'm not the devil.
Oh, what's pronounced caramel?
No. Go on. Go on.
Betty.
Go on.
But yeah, in all seriousness, I'm telling you, the more I speak to my male friends, the more I realize that it doesn't even have to be a partner. It could be a brother. It could be a mother. Once you have a male in your life, it could be a friend. Shout out to my best friend, my female best friend. Boy, she's the best thing. But yes, it could be just a friend. Just look out for them. Let's check and see how they're doing. You don't have to do much. You don't even have to engage in a deep conversation. You could just give them a hug. As you said, tell them they appreciate
Drive up by the house and pull out, say, hey, come for a hug. And then go back home.
Pull up in front of your brother. Yo, come for a hug, dog.
Do men hug men?
Of course.
Do you hug your male friends?
Of course. Listen, let me tell you.
Front or like side?
Front, straight front. Straight front. When I was in Taiwan and I didn't have any of my friends, I missed my friends terribly. As soon as I landed at JFK, two of my closest friends, they ran out. Big hug at the airport. How good that feel?
Run and jump up.
Run and jump up. Boy, I hate you. I hate you, girl. Boy, I hate you, girl. No, not a run up and jump up thing. I'm like, yo, I miss you, dog. Big hug. I appreciate that. I appreciate my friends. Big up my friends in the cat chat. Big up my friends in the Dem Boys chat. Big up my friends in all the other chats that I did.
Sell them out too. You know, talking all thing in one, right? I think some men need to take some responsibility for the state of men, because there are some men who are healed and whole and who know better, but they gatekeep, or they don't help out their other friends, or they don't help out other men point blank. Maybe that's the difference between men and women, or maybe some in between there. But you would find that women would be the ones who would be like, okay, we need a program for this because I went through this, and I would like other women who are going through a similar situation to learn from my experiences. How often do you hear of men saying, I went through this, let me come up with a program with my fellow men friends to do this. Shout out to the owner of Mavcom. I think some time ago they put together a male-oriented program. I can't remember it right now, but as I'm talking about the gatekeeping, it just came back in my mind. He put together a program for men or boys. I know the Stubbs Police Youth Club, they had a program, like a male mentorship program. I don't know if it's concluded or what, but that was good. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. You see, you know a lot of things that I don't know. That's why I rely on your expertise to speak. When it comes to man and woman relationship, you just seem to have it to know how to take care of a man, blah, 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 blah.
I still don't have one.
So huh? Hello?
Go ahead.
No, but you said something, that's not nice. Anyhow,
Uh-huh.
I love the conversation, and that's why I keep on calling the program because I want to see our young people strive. And let us get all this negative vibes out of our, out of our system here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's conversations like this, you know. I get the feeling of love. As a matter of fact, when I heard you this morning and the way you started out, you just turned me on. I just had to take in all what you were saying and trying to make our people, young people in particular, understand what love is all about. Love for men, love for women, and so on. I ain't talking LGBTQ or whatever it is there, because that's one. Thank God I never had that group to face up to. Yeah, to help listen. Keep on
All right,
going on.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you so much.
I want to read what Nikki said. I was watching it for a while now. Nikki said there's a research to back this. Caribbean men or black men are less able to identify they have mental health problems. So we need to advocate and teach, and there needs to be organizations that can help confidentially, because we already know the gossip culture, as I call it. That's very, very true. People don't know how to recognize a problem and thus can't identify and fix it.
That's the other thing too, right? In order for someone, okay, let's specify men, to really say, okay, I need some help, like he has to be in a particular space to be able to accept that help, right? Even if I see that you're not doing well and I say, okay, do you want to talk to somebody? Do you want to go somewhere? I think, looking at you, you're always very droopy. You're sleeping a lot. You're this, that, and terror. Things just not looking right from the outside in. Is there something going on that you want to try to work on? I'll be here to support you. If they are not ready to receive the help and the information, then it could boil down to it not making any sense, because it's not going to work. So men need to do a bit of introspection, and introspection ain't easy, but they also need to just sit down with themselves and say, I'm feeling stressed. Maybe sometimes it's that they cannot identify the emotion that they're feeling. I'm feeling stressed. I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling lonely. A lot of negative emotions out there, to be honest. But and to realize, okay, this is not the way that I'm supposed to be feeling most of the time. This is how it's impacting. Another thing we have to understand too is that if you spend so long in a negative state, it can actually change the way that your brain functions. That's why they talk about brain rewiring, like during therapy and so on, because you have to like change things happen up here, change pathways and what's not in your brain. That's why medication works for some folks. Oh Lord, don't even talk about meds for mental health.
Listen, there's a topic, Nikki said, Christal, talk to who? Before the end of the day, your business will be on CNN. That is true.
Get a journal.
That is true.
Write
Someone
it
gave
down.
me a journal once. That's a nice person.
That's nice. I see this trend now.
Ooh.
People are, it's 8 o'clock.
No, it's 8 o'clock, but I rushed to get to the studio. I would have showed you the journal. It had a nice little note to it. It was really nice. That made me feel really good. I just remember.
Aww.
Yeah, that was nice.
There's some folks who are taking plates and writing down things that they want to let go of. And then breaking the plates in a very random place and then walking away.
But yeah, big up the men, the listeners.
I like talking about men. Harry,
I did not say anything. I didn't say anything.
Time check, let me go.
The time is now 8:01 in